Welcome back into Great Day Washington. This segment is sponsored by Goldberg Law, LLC.
We just returned to standard time, and while that means an extra hour of sleep, it also means an increase in car crashes due to commuting in the dark.
So we want you to be prepared just in case you end up in an accident. Here to help us out is Kevin Goldberg, founder of Goldberg Law. Good to have you.
It's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
I've never really correlated the two with more the commuting in the dark, but if somebody does get into a car accident, what is the first thing they need to do?
Well, the most important thing is their personal safety. So you want to put on your hazards lights, and you want to pull your car over to a place where it's going to be safe.
Okay. Do you call police? Do you not call police?
You absolutely call the police.
You absolutely call police.
Okay. Without a doubt, you should do it every
Always
time.
call the police. It's important to document things. A lot of times, especially men, think that they're not hurt right when the accident happens because of adrenaline. But then, you know, as the hours go on and maybe the next day, they realize that they are hurt, and it's important that the accident is properly documented and that you get the name of the other driver and all that stuff.
Right. Okay. Take pictures of both cars.
Your cell phone is your best friend.
Okay.
So you want to, you can take pictures of the other driver's license. You can take a picture of their insurance card, and it's really important to get a picture of the other driver's property damage to their car, because you're going to have access to your car to get those pictures later. But the other car is going to be, towed away or whatever, and it's important to get pictures of what happened to their car.
Okay, so put your reporter cap on and just document the whole scene. Get everything.
The first thing is to make sure that you're safe.
Okay.
You don't, especially if it's dark out, you don't want to get out of the car unless your car's in a safe place. I've had too many situations where a client's been in an accident, gotten out of a car, and unfortunately gotten hit by another car, as they're getting out of the car or whatever. So you got to be careful about that.
Okay.
When do we get a lawyer involved?
As soon as possible.
Okay.
The insurance company for the other car is already investigating the accident and figuring out how they're going to be able to deny or minimize the claim. So I would suggest calling a lawyer as soon as you know that, I would say, if you're injured and you need to go to the hospital, do that first. Call the lawyer that evening or the next day.
Okay.
Whether you're at fault or they're at fault, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. I think, you call a lawyer, consult with a lawyer. You can always reach me. And even if you're at fault, I can give you some quick tips and explain to you that how to proceed from there.
Let's say you're not at fault, but you are injured, and you're saying, okay, how am I going to go about this medical treatment? Who is responsible for that? Who will be covering the medical treatment?
So the good news is that if you're in an accident and you're not at fault, there's actually 3 ways to pay for the medical bills. First of all, most cars have what's called PIP coverage, personal injury protection coverage. It's usually $2,500 or $5,000 of coverage. It'll cover the ER visit and maybe some physical therapy or whatever. You can also go through your own health insurance if you have health insurance or Medicaid. And the third avenue of recovery is from the other driver. So here's a tip. If you can use your own health insurance, you want to use your own health insurance before the PIP, personal injury protection coverage, because that coverage can be used for your lost wages. So the client will always end up with more money in their pocket if they use their own health insurance first and the PIP later.
Okay. So when you mentioned the insurance, somebody's buying car insurance, does PIP usually come with it, or we need to start checking to make sure we have that?
So you need to have PIP, and remember, insurance companies are not your friend. And even when you're buying insurance, they will try to get you to waive the PIP coverage. Never waive the PIP coverage. It protects you. If you can get, the minimum PIP is $2,500, but if you can get $5,000 or $10,000 of PIP, it's dirt cheap. Always get the PIP coverage. Don't let the insurance salespeople trick you into waiving the PIP.
You got to protect yourself more than the property, usually, right?
Absolutely,
I have a few things to go check now.
I know.
Thank you,
Kevin. Great advice.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so that means you need to make sure you save Kevin's number right now, just in case you end up in a car accident.
You can text Kevin at 301-888-8889. Again, that number is 301-888-8889, and he will personally review your case.